That's very good,
Managed to keep the magic going over the last 2 decades. He's sold over 18 million records worldwide. He's dropped a few 50 pieces himself. It's his understated style and modest manner, I reckon.
We're still together after all that we've been through. They tried to tell you I was not the boy for you. They didn't like my hair, the clothes I learned to wear. They didn't realize that I was strong enough for two. I love you, love. You love me too, love. I love you, love me, love. I love you, love. My only true love. I love you, love me, love.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Glitter!
I couldn't hear you singing. What's wrong?
Come on, come on. 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 Come on.
Hold it. I'm still the leader.
Magic.
Checking.
They're still there.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
They're still with you.
Alan, I'm
No,
so
it's
sorry
no,
I'm here.
it's all right. Do you know, I read
Good
in the paper last weekend, which rather disconcerted me. It said when one is 50, one should not wear denim jeans anymore.
50? Who's 50?
Well, I didn't tell that you were getting close.
Are you referring... Now, if you're talking to Paul Gadd, I'll take the jacket off. Paul Gadd is definitely 50.
Yeah.
Gary Glitter's 27.75. Forever.
Forever. Good for
Forever and ever.
What?
I recognise a few people in the audience.
There's
Nice
one or
to see
two.
you.
They go around in this kind of sort of glittery
Absolutely.
garb.
For the gang are here, you know. Getting ready for the tour, are we?
Yeah. You've been doing this Christmas tour for yonks, I think they call it now.
I mean, it seems like it. 22 years ago, we had our first #1. And about the last, I guess about... When was the NEC the first time? It was about 8 years ago? That was the very first big stadium tour we ever did at the NEC. And that has gone... It was just, I mean, the tickets are flying out every year. Thank you very much.
What do you do for the rest of the year when you're not doing that?
Oh, I get fit. This last year, we've been doing extraordinarily well in the States. It's strange, let me tell you. 1972, Rock and Roll Parts 1 and 2 was an enormous hit all around the world, including the States. Didn't know I loved you till I saw you rock and roll. I bet you've got these in your collection.
I have. They're all there.
Along with
no
Vivaldi.
dust on mine.
Yeah.
Along with Vivaldi and Mozart.
all the opera.
Yeah.
And then nothing came out in the States because we were stuck in one of those record company buyouts and sellouts and all business and lawyers and all that stuff. And I thought the States had completely passed me by. Meanwhile, Europe, everything was getting bigger and bigger. An enormous career in Europe, fantastic, especially here. And then about 10 years ago, there was either the New York Knicks or the LA Kings, these are ice hockey teams and basketball teams in the States, started playing Rock and Roll Part 2. They also played Queen's We Will Rock You, and these two songs have become the national anthems of sport. And it's just got bigger and bigger.
Because haven't you just come back from Chicago?
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
It's sort of huge.
But it's sport, rock and roll sports, and I'm lucky that they've chosen Rock and Roll Part 2. So what's great about it is they don't really know me, but they know the name, and they know that they know this record. They call it the Hey Song, right? Should we just remind them a little bit? Hey, 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 hey! Hey, 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 hey! See, we've got to rehearse the tour. We've got to keep the tour rehearsing.
Stacked next to the Four Seasons, I remember it well. But you see, when you, as you say, if Paul Gadd is 50, When does Paul get it?
Don't feel like 50. Do you feel like 50?
No, there's a very good reason why I don't feel like it.
You're only 47, right, Alan?
No, excuse me.
Go on, how old are
Slightly, well,
How old are you?
I'm not 47.
Just check to see if he's had the old
No, I've got elastic over
surgeon's knife.
pulling it back. But you don't wear also. I mean, do you unwind, asked Paul Gadd?
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, the last few years... See, I retired in 1976 for about a year, and what I actually said was I'm going to, not tour quite so much, because for about 1972 to 1976, I was non-stop. And so I decided that it was very important to look after Paul Gadd as well as Gary Glitter. And so I go sailing. I have a very small little yacht. And one day, I reckon that I'm going to be so busy, because I've been putting America off for all these years now. Suddenly I better
Now you cracked it, you don't let it go.
Yeah. But I'd like to sail around the world. That's my next big project for Paul Gadd, right?
But not in this.
No, but it's got its own set of costumes. Skipper Glitter.
Skipper Glitter.
Still a lot of ordering around, shout at the waves.
Hello, sailor, and all that.
All that stuff.
Do you like being able to... I mean, can you walk down the street without being recognised? Have you a way of...
Yeah, but it would be awful, wouldn't it? I'd have to sack all my publicity department. The BBC would suddenly, what would they... No, it's very funny, last week, I was wearing some black leather gear in the car, and everybody's going, leader, and hiya, Gary, and all that stuff. And then I was going to a function in this suit, actually, and nobody took a blind bit of notice.
So it's him again walking down the street one.
By the way, gentlemen, very nice rendition.
Oh, do they get to tour,
Lovely.
then?
Very nice. Well,
We better have a quick word about the tour. Where is it?
Don't
Where
you
are
look like
starting?
Tim Rice? He does.
Yeah.
You look like Tim Rice.
Fine, not a lot like... Have you had your eyes looked at lately? Is that Paul Gadd who's looking over there?
But I've had my eye drops in. I've got my eye drops. Actually, funny, the one thing about being 50 is, I'll show you this. It's nationwide
Not a bus
television.
pass.
No, not
Gary,
quite. I've actually got to check out here.
Oh, it's not the same as these.
I know,
Is
it's
it? Not the same as the shape.
Oh, no, 27.
The
Definitely.
glittery ones, definitely. Great. Will you stay there while we meet our next guest?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Good man. She'd love to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter. Must have been the glasses. Gary Glitter. Now, you might be known for your outrageous costumes, but I'll tell you, you're not alone, because my next guest is not averse to a bit of glitter herself. She's recently taken to dressing up as a Roman soldier. Here she is, the diva from Doncaster, Leslie Garrett. Have a seat.
Don't mention lions. Nobody mention lions.
Nobody mentioned lions. How on? What possessed you?
Listen, I thought I was doing a really nice little programme for kids on the Romans. I thought, oh, yes, that's good. Get the kids interested in Romans. Yes, I'll go along and do that. And then this chap took his head off, and it was Noel Edmonds.
Got you thrust into your
Oh,
face.
my goodness, I nearly died. I can't
You've not
tell
been
you.
gotcha'd, have you, Gary? Have they gotcha'd you? Noel Edmonds got you Oscar for making a fool of yourself.
No.
Fine, best you don't know
I
about
can do
it.
that without being on Noel Edmonds.
The thing that strikes me, although you two are from completely different worlds, one from the world of pop and one from the world of opera, you've both had a knack of being noticed. Now, Gary in a very sort of obvious, rather strident way, but Leslie, you've managed...
Can I just touch? Look, this was my concession.
Nice bit of glitter.
There might be some glitter here.
Glitter around your ear.
I never sat next to a microwave oven.
There we are.
He's oven ready.
Yes, I'm oven
Popping
ready.
it in a minute. Have you always been noticed, or is there a knack? Did you think to yourself, I've got to get spotted here?
Well, I was a horrible child. I was so precocious. I was the one who said, me, watch me, watch me. My little son's just the same. So I suppose, was there a knack? No, I just like being the centre of attention. It's terrible, I have to admit it. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Well, I think it goes with the job, though, doesn't it?
Yes, I
And
think
if you're
so.
a singer, really, you always walk into the room and you are the centre. So...
I've always said there's two sorts of people, really. There's singers and there's performers. And to be the best kind of singer, really, you have to have both. You have to be a performer as well. Because you need to communicate, wouldn't you agree, with the sound, with the words. There's a lot to it.
You've got to have the personality to back it up as well. I mean, you're both of you quite outgoing. But does
music's, I mean, songs are always involving a character, whatever the song, be it opera or pop. You know, you're singing somebody's words, you're singing somebody's feelings, you're trying to communicate the feelings of that character, that person. So, you know, you've got to embody the feeling of the song.
You've dabbled a bit with the pop world
Dabbled?
yourself.
What?
Dabbled? Well, you got to number 19 with
Yes.
Amanda Thompson on the
right,
piano
yes.
with that wonderful song. How is
Ave
she?
Maria, she's doing wonderfully well. She's in remission still from her leukemia. Her hair's grown back. She's looking absolutely gorgeous. She's having a wonderful time. She's got her own record out now, Amanda Thompson and Friends, and she's making her international debut in Zurich in December. So she's doing fantastically well. Hello, Amanda.
That's great.
Yeah. Brave girl. Brave girl.
Now, the latest album, the album that's out at the moment, is called what?
My album, Simple Gifts, my latest album.
So it doesn't tell you much about what's in it, that. So give us a clue.
No, I
as to
suppose it
how
doesn't.
things
Well,
are
it's
there.
very, very mixed. My upbringing was like that. We sang everything at home, and my taste is very like that. And I'm very lucky with my record company, Silver Screen Records, that they really want me to sing what I enjoy singing, because that's what you sing best, isn't it? Let's
What
face
was
it.
the first record you ever bought?
Ever bought?
Yeah. Can you
Oh,
remember the
goodness.
first record you ever
Probably
heard?
Vera Lynn.
Not one of
Not that
yours,
old. One of my
Gary.
mums. One of my mums. Sorry, Gary.
It's very interesting just to know
first
how
record
people's
feels like.
direction, because
Yeah.
it's usually what you listen to gets you into singing.
Oh, it was very mixed at
Well,
home.
Vera Lynn, well, there you are. I mean, that would, although Vera Lynn's not an opera singer, I mean, she's a
Oh,
good sort of
fantastic
bit of
voice.
coloratura.
Fantastic voice.
Yeah.
Lots of people, wonderful voices. But Simple Gifts is packed with lots of different sorts of music. There's everything from Bach to Puccini to some Leha, some operetta. Lots of variety, something for everybody.
The thing, I talked to Montserrat Caballé a few weeks ago, and the thing, you know, it's these wonderful words you get for opera singers, like prima donna
Prima
and diva,
donna.
which both indicate a certain show of temperament.
Oh,
now,
yes.
I mean, you know, they come, I mean, you're not called a prima donna, or you might be called a prima donna, though, Gary. I mean, does temperament
might have
come
been
into...
in the dressing room there. you know.
Prima
But I mean,
Warhol.
this is a prima diva. Absolutely
nice
a prima
mixture.
diva.
Do you-
So-
I'll settle for that.
Do you have temperament shows? How does it manifest itself, Gary? Do you throw wobblies?
Sure, everybody. I mean, you know, you walk out in front of 12,000 people, or even, you know, and you do. You see, the thing is, you always want to give them your very best, and so immediately you get the throat hurts. It's funny, isn't it?
But if anybody
you know,
gets
you
in the
dry
way of
up,
that-
or something happens.
If you find people are unwittingly, perhaps, preventing you somehow from giving your best to the audience, I'm afraid you can be very short-tempered sometimes.
Happened to you,
just
hasn't it?
I'm talking about Mr. Edmonds
Do
again.
you want to see what happened to her? Do you want to see a little wobbly here?
Oh, my goodness.
From Miss Garrett, wobbly coming up in the gotcha.
Oh, dear.
You're making me very angry. Go away.
No. No, Leslie, you wouldn't be angry with me.
Go away.
You wouldn't be angry with me.
Wouldn't you be cross if somebody had just put a bonus protection on your head? Oh, calm down, Gary, calm down.
Gary's getting in glass chamber.
Get the best
Now,
of me.
talking about Montserrat Caballé, who did this duo with Freddie Mercury, this wonderful song for the Barcelona Olympics, you know, Barcelona. I just have this wondrous thought of whether or not you two would ever get together and
Oh,
make
Gary.
a...
Well, I'm a tenor. I
you?
have been 15, 20, but I'm a tenor. Definitely.
Going down, are we? Bargain basement. What would you like to sing? love?
Actually, I mean, it's very funny, but you know when those three tenors
Oh, yes.
are out there, the last time I saw them on the box there, I had this lovely idea of every time they go to reach for that big note at the end there, I've just popped my head round and go, you know, and I always find myself reaching the notes that they do,
No, doesn't
and I'd love
everybody?
to. I'd
Isn't
love
that the
to.
great thing
Oh, yeah, in
about
the
them?
bar.
That everybody sings along, everybody gets involved in the music.
Well, everybody's got that
Which is
head
what it's
voice, which they
about.
think sounds like Pavarotti, haven't you? You know, the one,
Technical.
well, no, but the one where
Yes.
you sort of constrict your throat. You know, he can't sing. He goes, that kind of... Harry
Let's go.
Seacombe... No, I'll do it again. Once
back
is
in.
quite enough. Harry Seacombe used to call it canbelto rather than bel canto.
But amazing.
It relies
thing,
on a
but-
jockstrap.
but what I'd like to ask you is that everybody can do that on a one-off, you know, and then they suffer for a year trying to talk again after it. But how do you do it every time you go out there and you reach those amazing notes?
Technique, I suppose. It's
But
tricky
do you
because...
practice hours and hours every day? You must do.
Not now, because I can do it, hopefully. But
But
regularly,
I
every
mean,
day, yes.
you know, rock and roll is not the same thing at all, and I can't applaud you enough for the way
darling.
you managed
Well, give us
to do
another.
that.
Let's show it a bit more. Can
you like?
Would you mind just?
Well, this is a very quiet number, so there's not a conbelto in this one, but
All right. What
I'll
are
do my
you
best.
going to give us?
This is a lovely, lovely song. It's by Grieg. It's called Solveig's Song, and it's from Peer Gynt.
Can't resist it. Thanks to you both. Great to talk to you both. Ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Garrett. That's all for today. Thanks to all my guests, to Billy Pearce, Martin Daniels, Gary Glitter and Leslie Garrett. I'll be back on Monday, hopefully wearing Gary's glasses. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.